Welcome back to my channel. Yes, welcome. My name is Ebo, and if it's your first time of seeing my beautiful face, you are so welcome. I do videos about food, gist, and anything that concerns me. So today, guys, I'm going to be taking you into the kitchen and I'm going to be making some snails. Like, I love snails, love them. I've always loved snails. However, I recently just found out that snails are very healthy or are good for you. So I'm going to be putting all the nutritional facts about snails now. So, hope you enjoyed those fun facts about snails, and I feel that they're very good to incorporate into your diet. You could have them with anything: potatoes, plantains, rice as a sauce. It can be your exchange for chicken, meat, especially meat, and all that good protein that you normally eat. Yes. So I'm going to be showing you how I make this lovely sauce, and I hope you try it. And please, by the way, if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Like, I don't know, did I offend you? I'm very sure I did not. So I'll see you in the kitchen, guys. So guys, these are our ingredients: carrots, tomatoes, some peppers, some onions. Yes, I sliced them up, and the secret ingredient, snail. So guys, in a wash pan, I'm going to be putting my snails. Normally when you go to the market, the snails are in shells, so they wash them for you. Yes, they would wash them for you. However, please buy some alum to wash them again when you get home. However, these were dried snails, so I just rehydrated them by soaking them in some water, and then they went back to normal. So I'm going to season with some seasoning cubes. Yes, some salt, some garlic powder, some ginger powder, some black pepper, and some white pepper. Yes, and then I'll be adding some sliced onions to boil my snail for a few minutes. So in a wash pan, guys, I'm going to be adding some oil. I use the olive oil, or I use olive oil to cook. You can use groundnut, canola, vegetable, sunflower, any oil of your choice, as long as it is vegetable oil. So I'm going to be using that, and I'm going to be throwing in my carrots, because the carrots are what need the longest cooking time in the bunch of vegetables you saw earlier. So I'm going to throw in my carrots, just the carrots. So just pick out the carrots and then dump them in the pan, and then just cook lightly. So you want to cook that until it's slightly tender. Like, you know, carrots are hard. If you like crunchy carrots when you eat, you cook them for a less period of time. However, I feel like they need at least 5 minutes to cook on low heat. While you are cooking, please don't forget to add a sprinkle of salt. Yes, because you have started cooking. Like, season the ingredients. So add a pinch of salt, or 2 pinches, depending on how small your fingers are, just into this mixture, just to allow to cook slightly. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is adding my peppers. Yes, my bell peppers that I sliced. So I'm going to be adding that into the carrots, and I'm just going to cook it for a short period of time, because I do not want the peppers to be too soft. So I advise that you cook for another maybe 2 minutes before you add your next vegetable. The next thing I'm going to be throwing in is my tomatoes. So the tomatoes that I have cut, I use baby plum tomatoes. So if you want to get that, they're like little small tomatoes, and they're just easy to manage, honestly. And again, baby girl did not have any tomatoes in her house, like sorry, market. So I used some baby plums, and then they were still as good, so I put in some tomatoes into the recipe because I wanted a bit of more sauce. I know tomato has a way of making things saucy, like it's just a blessed vegetable. So at this point, I advise you to check your snails. They should be almost done. So I checked my snails, they were done, and I was like, okay, so I can turn this down while I chop my snails into smaller bits. You could chop your snails before you boil them, you could chop them after you boil them, it doesn't really matter, but I chopped mine after You could chop yours before anyone you want, it's your preference. So guys, I did not allow my tomatoes to cook all the way through before I added my snail, because I wanted that mushiness of the tomato to also touch the snail. I don't know how to explain this. Like, English is not my first language, however it's the only language I speak. So I will put in the snails which I boiled and have already chopped into this mixture. Some of you might be wondering, we have not added any more season after the salt. Yes, personally, when I make snails, I am not big on adding extra things into the sauce. I don't. That it's just how I like to make it, and it still comes out exceptionally well. It still comes out very nice. I just make sure that when I boil my snails, I season maximally so that all the ingredients will enter the snail. I like the sauce to still be a bit fresh and a bit light, and not all soaked up with like artificial taste. Yes, that's how I like it. I'm sorry if you do not like it like that. You can add some more maggies and things like that into this recipe as you'd like. So the snails have been cooking for about 2 to 3 minutes on low heat. Yes, guys, and I am going to be adding one of my favorite things to add into any stew, sauce, meal. In fact, when I even eat white rice, I can slice this on top because it is just bay. Some people don't like it, some people are like Ebu. You use too much onions to cook, but please, for me, onions is bay. So I will be adding some onions because, like, what is a sauce without onions? Like, what is it? So I'm going to be throwing in some white onions, and I didn't even use a lot. I just used half of the bulb of onions you guys saw earlier. I didn't use everything because I was like, okay, this might be too much onions for this, but is there anything like too much onions? I don't think so. So I'm just going to stir that in again and allow this to cook for another 2 to 3 minutes, and then, oh, the snail sauce, the pepper dem snail sauce, which has no pepper by the way, is perfect, and you can serve this with anything you want. Yes, anything you want. So I'm just going to leave this on low heat for another 2 to 3 minutes, and then we will be ready to eat the delicious snail sauce. So guys, the snail is ready. Yes, it is ready. Does this not look beautiful? Yes. Does this not look amazing? Does it not look scrumptious? Does it not look like what you want to eat? You can serve this with anything you want, from rice to potatoes to pasta to plantains, to eating it on its own. Like, it is for you to enjoy. Anyway, I hope you try this lovely recipe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.